another episode of Partners Project. I'm right now with Zack King and Aaron Benitez from Final Cut King. What makes you a Final Cut King?
When I was a kid, I would read through all the manuals. Like I started in version like 4 or 3. And so I got all the manuals, and it used to come with like 2 boxes, literally this big, like pounds of manuals. So I read through all of them. After doing hundreds of tutorials and doing a lot of speaking engagements and like classes, just like learned a lot about Final Cut.
How would you describe what Final Cut King is all about?
Final Cut King is just making sweet videos where people just can come and be entertained. More like visual effects, kind of creative. A lot of time they're based on video games. Like solely about entertainment and like pleasing people.
Turn this water into rock!
And if we have an audience that keeps coming back, we'll continue just to make content for them.
Open this up. We're gonna grab a photo here.
What have been some of your favorite videos that you two have done on the channel?
One of the latest ones that I've really enjoyed, and I know you've enjoyed too because they're your kittens, is Jedi Kittens.
Look at that.
I know. We're
Was this made though for you?
Dude, made, Jedi Kittens.
No way. That was just epic. Did you know creating that people were gonna be just wanting it?
Definitely the second one he knew. The first one was pretty sweet. We were stoked about it, but the second one he knew was going to be big. Yeah, we have actually got talks of maybe doing a third one.
Maybe doing a third one.
Doing like a trilogy?
Yeah.
A cat
The
trilogy?
Return.
The
What would
saga.
PETA say about how you treat your cats?
Well, we treat them pretty well. If you look at the BTS.
We treat them really well, and we get crap for it.
Yeah.
What do they ask for? Are they divas?
I mean, they do need their breaks, definitely. As long as you give them their tuna, they're pretty
What about the unions?
They'll
the
do
cat
whatever
unions?
they
Yeah, they can only work for 15 minutes at a time.
15 minutes, and they got to go sleep for an hour.
That could be a bit
Yeah.
challenging as a
It
filmmaker.
is. Yeah, especially when they're running off, like, you can't even find them for that 15 minutes.
What did I say? You two are grounded 1 week.
All right, so what's the story behind how FinalCutKing.com started?
I started that over like a Christmas break after my freshman year. Just had nothing, like literally had nothing to do.
And you were a king of Final Cut?
I self-proclaimed.
And it started out as a blog?
It started out as like video tutorials
Okay.
on YouTube, and that's like how I kind of discovered YouTube because I didn't know a lot about online video, and so it's like YouTube seems like a popular platform kind of to put videos on. So, and after kind of growing in that community, now I'm like, you know, making connections, and I feel like it's like a really big family, YouTube, which is really cool.
Solved. Unsolved.
What was the first video that got noticed?
Well, the video that we have that's the most popular is like got over 3 million views, and it's like called Sinkhole, Guatemala Sinkhole.
Annie, get mom. This is incredible.
And it's this terrible video, like 11-second clip of this animation of this dude falling in this hole in Guatemala.
Wow.
Which is awful.
I'm gonna go down there and get some awesome stuff. Oh my gosh, the guy just fell in there!
How did that come about?
And that was just a joke, like a practical joke. I made it, and then I sent it to this guy just making fun of visual effects. And I happened to post it online, and it got popular.
Let's talk about Next Up, because I remember I heard of you a lot. When's the Next Up list came out? Everyone was like, Final Cut King, Final Cut King.
Yeah, YouTube was really awesome to have the Next Step program. And that's about actually the time I heard of you guys.
Oh, cool.
That was kind of the point I had made the decision to full-time do YouTube. And so it was almost because of that. Some guy randomly commented on my channel. I was like, hey, you should do YouTube Next Up. I didn't know what that was, so I looked it up. And then I happened to apply for it. And actually, like, it was funny because I submitted my thing like 7 minutes before the deadline. It was
No way.
so nuts. It was kind of lucky that we got it in. But after that and being accepted, I was like, wow. And then it kind of forced us to do it full-time.
And this is my submission video for the YouTube Next Step program.
Yeah, and so what does that mean to be someone who's part of Next Up now?
Next up, they do a lot of stuff in YouTube. They connect you with like, do different tests for ads, and they boost kind of like, they put us on the homepage a couple months ago during the summer just to do a test.
Awesome.
And,
All All right, so what do you guys hope to do with all of this?
My goal is kind of just to get an audience and like keep entertaining people. Like I don't see myself leaving YouTube for a while, just because there's an audience there that keeps coming back for more, and it's like it's exciting to get their feedback. I've grown so much as a filmmaker being on the platform because people say, "Hey, I saw you could work on this a little bit more. Your storytelling here was weak," and so that's like huge for me.
Yeah.
Getting honest critique because people aren't afraid to like bash you on the internet. They're hiding behind a username, but most of the time like legitimate fans will like help you grow.
We are YouTube police. And what does that mean exactly?
Do you have anyone that you've looked up to over your short career that you've had? Any inspirations?
Yeah, for me, it's been Steven Spielberg. A lot of people know, like, I love Spielberg's work. And from a young age, I would watch, like, well, Star Wars from Lucas, but I would watch, like, Jurassic Park and E.T. I remember seeing those, and I was like, I want to make movies. Like, just because I was so entertained by that. And, like, hiding behind my pillow watching Jurassic Park made me, like, want to scare other people.
Bro, check out this portal gun.
Definitely Andrew Kramer, who is this genius of a man, does a lot of visual effects, and definitely Freddie Wong.
Totally. Where do you see the future of YouTube as a platform?
I know they're trying to drive channels, and so they're trying to make it like TV content where you stay on a channel longer, you experience the channel entertainment, and then just like cable TV where you have certain content that the channel's known for. I know they're trying to really emphasize that in the future.
Hey guys, Mr. Guitar Man here, and today... Oh, hey buddy! Boom!
Where do you see the future of the channel, of your channel?
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna stay on YouTube as long as there's an audience that continues to come back, because I'm all about entertainment, and that's why I like started when I was 7 years old, because I want to entertain people. Like, it's amazing how many people you can actually reach the audience on YouTube. And I remember like showing a video at my church to people, and like maybe 200 people would see it, and they're like, oh, that's exciting. But when you post a video and like a couple thousand to 1 million people see it, then you're like, wow, that's really exciting.
And that's so powerful too.
Yeah, like your stuff is getting out there.
Last week we actually had a clip that was shown on 2020, and so that was like...
I heard about that.
Yeah. And
so what was that all about?
2020 is just doing like a little feature thing on YouTube, and how it's changing everything, and how successful people are becoming off of it. And so my parents saw that, and they've always been a huge fan of 2020, so they're a lot more supportive of it.
Yeah, they're getting out to that audience.
Yeah.
See, that audience need to realize what's going on. Which a lot of people don't realize. Do you feel like YouTubers are sometimes misunderstood in that way?
Definitely. I feel like a lot of my peers even look down like, oh, you're doing YouTube. When are you?
Really?
Like, I've had people say, like, when are you really going to start directing things? I feel like I want to say to them, like, when are you going to get on YouTube, buddy?
Totally.
Because, like, you're gaining an audience, especially as a film person. Like, having the audience is huge to back you up. Because what if you want to pitch in a couple years to a studio? You can say, hey, I have 1 million people following me that are going to want to see my movies when it goes in the theater. So it's a big thing to have on your side, I think.
Yeah, you're like, I'm so many steps ahead of you, if anything.
Yeah.
Like what, they're going to be a PA maybe?
Yeah, for 10 years and then get to do something.
And not even be doing what they love?
Yeah.
Or what they can bring to the table?
Yeah, I PA'd for about a month at the beginning of the year, and that's like when I decided I really wanted to do YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was on a couple of sets, and it's just terrible.
I remember you called me, you're like, I officially want to do like more YouTube now.
Were you crying in an alley?
Am I doing crying?
Maybe.
Well, thank you guys for sharing your story and blowing stuff up on our show. And thanks to all of you for watching out there and supporting what we love doing. We would not be here without all of you. Stay tuned next week for another Partners Project. Bye. Well, that was so much fun. You can subscribe to Final Cut King right here. Subscribe to us right here. For outtakes from this episode, go right here. Stay tuned Tuesday for Final Cut King pro tips, and next Thursday for an all-new episode. It's going to be awesome. See you soon.